Hey everybody, it's Barbara from My Redo. Good to see you again. It's been a while, hasn't it? I have been gone for a long, hot minute. Um, the reality is I've been super busy and trying to find balance in my life again. Somewhere in July, I ended up starting to work double hours, trying to catch up on some stuff at work, and it never seems to be ending. So about, a week and a half ago, I kind of pulled back on the hours, but I've also in school since August, and so I had a lot of that going on, trying to catch up on that because working all those hours made keeping up with schoolwork hard. And so for the last 2 weeks, I've been catching up more on the schoolwork and studying for a couple exams, then doing the work, and now I'm back to trying to. I have an exam tomorrow. Once that's over, I need to work a little extra again and get things there caught up again. It's just been a mess. Just a lot of time out of my day every day. Like there was no day for me. Any case, working all those hours, going to school made it very difficult for me to do Instagram or YouTube or even look at Facebook with my normal family and friends. I've just been. It's just insane how little time I had for me. So I'm trying to come back at you guys to do a little check-in. I'm going to see if I can't keep up with this weekly now again and find that balance in my life, because I do like to have this accountability. I like to be here for you guys. I like to get the support you guys give me. So I'm going to do a little recap, let you know what's been going on with me, and then go from there. So for anybody who's new, and just as a reminder for everybody else, my name is Barbara. I am 46 years old. I am 5'1". I started my weight loss journey for this almost what you might call final time. Back in 2010, I reached my highest of, I think it was 271 pounds. I went to my doctor, who recommended I go to somebody else for medical weight loss help. He worked with me for, something like 8 or 10 months. I'm trying to find something with some stats, and I will post it way down in my pocket there. And sorry, forgive me guys. So I worked with him, my weight went down and then back up again. I was keeping logs and records, I was eating, I was exercising, the whole gambit. He's the original one who suggested that I go check into weight loss surgery. He didn't think pills would help me. He saw how my body was reacting, and he went to just food and exercise and told me the best thing for me would be gastric bypass. Scared the life out of me that gastric bypass it did, and so I talked to my primary doctor. She also agreed that would be a good option for me. So I looked around for bariatric options and bariatric doctors, and I found one nearby, and it's actually Silver Cross Hospital in just outside of Chicago, southwest suburb of Chicago. The place itself is called BMI Surgery, and it's run through Silver Cross Hospital. So anyway, I go there to the seminar. I insist. Well, the doctor there suggests gastric bypass. Me and myself, because I know better than all doctors and stuff, I insisted on the band. They went with my choice, and I got the band in October of 2011, and lost a little bit, gained that back, gained a little bit more back. Never made it back up to my high, but I did go back up. I think I got as high as in the 260s again, even with the lap band. And I started out with the lap band around, I almost want to say I was down to in the 240s or 230s when I actually had that surgery. So anyway, 2016, by then, between not losing the weight, which is problem enough, I started having things like aspirating acid and stuff like that. So we tried to get approval to get it removed and do a revision. I wanted to do the sleeve because it was, again, less invasive than the bypass, and I was concerned with how just the bypass scared me. Rearranging my plumbing just freaked me out. So, but insurance turned it down. They did not want to pay for the removal of the band. And so that was frustrating. That was, I had started my channel up again at that time, and then I stopped because what's the point? Because I got denied. I was very depressed over it, and I was like, well, I'm stuck. And during that time, 2014, the husband I was married to at the time walked out on me. The 2015, our divorce was final. 2016 is when I applied to get that done. No, I think it was 2015 I applied to get that done. It must be 2015-ish, I think. And then 2016 is when I was just I thought I was considering appealing and then decided not to. So then 2017, I wasn't sure what to do. 2017, I ended up remarried. Didn't think I was going to get remarried when I got divorced this last time, but it worked out. We're still married, thankfully. I still love him. He still likes me or loves me. We're still good, which is a good thing. So 2018, last year, I asked the doctor, okay, can we apply again? And this time, because of the problems I was having with my acid reflux, because they found damage to my esophagus, because they found damage to my heart, I decided and agreed to go with applying for the bypass. So last year I got approved. In September of 2018, my lap band was removed. And then my doctor requires 8 weeks of healing time from removing that before he'll do another surgery. And so then in December 4th of 2018, I had my gastric bypass. The week before, on November 30th, I was 250 pounds. The day of surgery, the morning of surgery, I was 241.6. Last time I came to you guys was somewhere in July. And around there, I was about 173.3. Looks like my last weekly weigh-in was about week 30. Today would make week 47. Today at week 47, I got up this morning and I weighed in at 158.5. I am very happy. Now, from July-ish till about 2 weeks ago, I wasn't losing anything. I plateaued. I was going up and down between 163 and 170-ish. But the week before I went to my doctor visit, which was my 9-month visit, which was about a month late because I couldn't go in September, I wasn't losing anything. And then that's when I stopped the excess overtime. And that very first week of no excess overtime, I was down 8 pounds. And then this past week, I lost from last week to this week, I've lost another 1.5 pounds. So overall, since my pre-op, I am down 91.5 pounds. And since my surgery date, that's 83.1. So I'm very close to 100 pounds lost. My goal is 130 pounds to lose. And so I'm down to, I have 38.5 to go. So compared to where I was, it still seems kind of far to me, but I'm closer than I've ever been to my goal. And I couldn't even tell you how long, since probably before I was pregnant. Because just slightly before I got pregnant with my son, which is about 22 years ago. Because it was right about now when I first got pregnant. 22 years ago. And sorry, I'm starting to have tooth pain. I had a tooth broke the other day, and it was not hurting me, but now it's starting to hurt me. I may have to make time to go into the dentist. Darn it. I was hoping to wait. I was hoping it'll hold out till next month. Sorry. What was my train of thought, guys? So anyway, that's right. But before before my pregnancy, my best weight where I've always felt comfortable was right around 120. And after high school, after not college, but getting my associate's degree and getting married and stuff, I gained a little bit of weight. So I'd gotten up to about 160 and then started losing again. So I was hovering between 140 and 160 just before I got pregnant. So I'm almost to my pre-pregnancy weight at this time, which is really exciting, to be honest, to be at this point. Now, I felt like my muscle mass was depleting over these past few months because I've also not been exercising because the amount of time I've been working at school, I just didn't have it in me. Well, I double checked my fat percent this morning. Now, the last time I did my fat percent in July was when I was 173.3 pounds. My fat percent was 41.4. And my fat-free mass, that made my fat-free mass 101.8 pounds. Well, this morning my fat percent was 35.8. And so my fat-free mass is 101.8. I actually have a little bit more fat-free mass now than I did then. So must not be depleting the way I was kind of feeling like it does, but maybe obviously some of my strength is gone, because you don't do anything for a few months, you can lose some strength, but at least my fat-free mass is doing good, because what it shows is what I've dropped, the amount of weight that I've dropped since July has been all fat. And this might be the first stint where I've lost just fat over time, because I have lost some muscle, which I was expecting to. If you remember back in my previous videos, I was expecting to lose some muscle because my amount of fat-free mass was higher than my total weight should be. So I fully expected to lose some. So now I'm to the point where I'm mostly focusing on losing fat, it looks like. And my body basically did that by itself, not wanting to give up the fat-free part. So, the fat-free mass. So, very exciting. Now, on to another subject. And I'm sorry, guys, this is going to be a little bit lengthy just because I've got so much to tell you. But I might be closing in on the end here. I have some NSVs to share. I went shopping. My husband and I went shopping for clothes for me this weekend. And the last time I bought clothes was probably last spring when I needed to, because some things were starting to fall off. So I just bought a couple of outfits. And I think I bought 14s in pants, or 16s maybe. And this weekend I went and I tried on some clothes, and I grabbed 12s because I thought, I'm probably in the 12s. Turns out I was able to comfortably put in 10s. I can wear a size 10 pants now comfortably. I can wear a medium top comfortably. So I'm only about one shirt size away from where I used to be and where I want to be. Pants and dress size depends on who makes it. I used to wear, when I was 120, I was anywhere from either a 3.5 or a 4.6 or a 7.8. It really depended on who made it. So right now, with me getting into a 10, I'm really just a size or two away from where I'm looking to be. And my shirt size, like I said, where I'm looking to be. I bought a couple dresses, also a size 10. So I really thought the pants would be a little larger, because usually I get a size less in dress than I do in pants. So I'm wondering if my dress size I bought too big. But it looks fine, so I'm fine with it. But it was really nice to put on some 10s. And then I was also able to, for my first time in over 20 years, I was able to get a pair of boots up my calf. So I have now purchased 2 pairs of knee-high boots that I have been dying to do for years. Now, I have tried, and I bought extra wide width, they call it, and it's never enough to fit my calf. So my calf's gone down just a little bit, just enough. For some reason, my calf's not going down as fast as other parts of me, but it's gone down just enough where, now mind you, I'm squeezing that zipper tight, zipping this up, but I got it on. I won't be able to wear them over jeans, but I can wear them over leggings or under a dress. But I am so ecstatic. I bet you all have an idea, but it made me very, very happy to finally be able to do that. Wearing high heels is getting more comfortable. The only part where I still have a problem is that bunion I have, which I have scheduled surgery for December 10th to fix my bunion, the really bad one, and then I'll feel good in my shoes again. Everything's kind of working its way. Now, remember, I had my fear of not getting past 185, and I managed to get past that. I plateaued for almost 4 months, but now it's moving again with my stress level changing. So I'm extremely happy. Now, my doctor's visit. I had thought that I would reach, his goal for me was 160. That would mean 75% of my excess weight loss. That's the goal they set. Now, if you can go beyond that and get to a healthy weight, there more power to you. But if you can at least get to the 75%, they will consider, and you stay there, they will consider you a successful patient. Me, I don't want to stay there because 160 still keeps me obese, and I want to get to healthy. So I'm going to keep moving forward to the best of my ability. I thought, based on where my weight was in July, that it was 174. I thought I was going to reach 160 by or before September. And then when I saw him again, I thought for sure I'd be under it. And well, like I said, I moved my appointment to October because I didn't see him. Because I was working so much. But also my weight plateaued, so I didn't reach it in September. I didn't even reach it when I saw him 2 weeks ago. However, when I went in and weighed on his scale, that morning I was 160.5 at home. So I was 162 on his scale. I'm always a little heavier there. That's fine. I expect that. I measure how much I lose from his scale from time to time that I'm there. And I compare that loss number to at home. How much did I lose from this day to that day? And that amount, that difference should be the same. And so anybody out there, don't compare your home scale to your doctor scale. You will weigh something different. If you put your scale in 3 different places in your house, you will most likely come out with 3 different weights, especially if you put it on 2 different floors. And if you're at your doctor's, you're going to weigh a little different. It all depends on other things going on that deal with that, and it because of how gravity is affected and how the magnetic is affected in the weight thing. So never compare your home scale to other scales. Just compare that particular scale to the last time you were on that particular scale. So anyway, I told him, I said I was really disappointed. I was really wanted to be at or below the goal he set for me by the time he saw me again. And I thought it would be September. The fact that I'm not even there in October had me, I was a little depressed about it. And he said, why? He said, I think you're doing a really good job. He said, it was a little bit of a long plateau there, but it's moving again. He says, I think you're doing great. He said, don't forget, you're a revision. You had a lap band, and look how hard it was for you in the lap band and how it wasn't working. So he said, I think you're doing really good. So he was, and I've had bad feelings from him before where he's made me feel really bad about myself, whether he meant to or not. This time he didn't. He was very encouraging to me. He was very, he was happy with my progress. I'm going to have to accept that. And I'm hoping at this rate, let's see, since I hit 158.5 this morning, that means I'd be 160.5 on his scale. That means by the time I see him, I really should be, unless I plateau and stay here, I should be under his goal by the time I see him. I see him on December 6th. That will be my 1-year follow-up. The only bad thing that came out of my appointment, they took my labs, and they called me last week. I had the appointment a week ago, Friday, so almost 2 weeks ago. Last week they called me and told me that my iron came back super low. Now at my 3-month, my iron was a little bit low. It was like 2 points low. And so they put me on a low dose of iron. And then at my 6th month, my iron was really good. So I stopped taking the low dose iron. Well, with all the working and school stuff and everything I do, and I keep forgetting to take my vitamins. And even though I'll take them out the pill bottles, I'll put it on my desk in front of my keyboard and still not take them. Staring at them, forget to take them. And it just amazes me that I can do that. And so my iron dropped down to a 9, guys, like crazy, from an 83 to a 9. All my other levels are good. Everything else is good. Now, at my 6th month, my B12 was super high. And so my B12 is normal. Everything's normal this time around, except my iron dropped like crazy. Might explain why I was dizzy last week. Might explain the couple other dizzy episodes I had. I just never thought to attribute it to possibly a low iron. I thought it had to do with other things going on with me or not eating enough or something. So, since I found that out, since Friday, I've been diligent about my vitamins all weekend, and so I'm trying to stick to that. I'm also trying to be back on my routine for working out, and thanks to Anjar and Wyatt, I have a check-in buddy, so we're checking in with each other on that. So I have to go home and do my workout so I can show her I did it, and I need that right now. I need that extra oomph to get me going, because it's so easy to say I'll do it later and sit down and work and sit down and do schoolwork, and the next thing I know, later it's midnight and I'm not working out at midnight. So let's see, so I'm back on track with my exercise, kind of. I did it Saturday, I did it yesterday. I'm going to plan to do it when I get home tonight, and then I have schoolwork to do. I did not bring work home with me tonight, but I did bring schoolwork. I think that catches you guys up on everything. I miss you guys. Mitchell in Minnesota, Little Kansas Kitty, Anjar in White, Jamie Smaller in NC, I think it is, and Beauty True, and Time to Shrink, and Dory's VSG, and Dottie May, and all you guys out there. Those of you who contacted me, thank you so much for thinking of me and sending me a message, looking to check on me. I appreciate it. I do apologize that I was off Instagram. Like, I wasn't even logged in, couldn't even remember my password, and I kind of played with it around yesterday to finally get it figured out. But when I finally saw those messages, I did respond. You guys do matter to me. I want to be there for you. Thank you for being there for me. And if all goes well, I will see you guys next week. You take care. Bye-bye.